Welcome back to Record Rift, where we tear through history's pages to reveal the moments that shaped our world. Today, we're shining a light on the forgotten queens of history, women who wielded power, navigated treacherous courts, and left legacies that echo through time, yet whose names often fade behind their male counterparts. Picture fierce warrior queens leading armies, cunning diplomats outwitting rivals, and visionaries shaping nations, only to be relegated to history's margins. From ancient Ireland to medieval India, these women defied expectations in worlds ruled by men. Who were these remarkable rulers? How did they seize power and leave their mark? Join us as we uncover the stories of Medb, Dida, Langareth, and others, in a saga of power, intrigue, and enduring legacy. Let's step into their courts. In ancient Ireland, where clans clashed and myths were born, Queen Medb of Connacht reigned as a towering figure of power. Chronicled in the epic Táin Bua Cailnge, the cattle raid of Cooley, Medb was no mere consort. She was a warrior queen who led armies and shaped her kingdom's destiny. Her ambition sparked the legendary cattle raid, a quest to seize Ulster's prized bull to match her husband's wealth, proving her pride and authority. Medb's strategic brilliance and fearless leadership commanded both respect and fear, as she rode into battle alongside her warriors. In a patriarchal Gaelic society, her rule through matrilineal heritage showcased the potency of women in power, challenging norms and leaving a legacy celebrated in Irish literature and art, a symbol of resilience and defiance. Across the world in medieval Kashmir, Queen Dida carved her own path through a male-dominated realm. Ruling from around 958 to 1003 AD, Dida rose as regent after her husband, King Kshemagupta, died, placing her young son on the throne. When her son and grandsons died, she seized full power, ruling with an iron fist from 979 or 980. Known for quelling rebellions with ruthless efficiency, Dida was both feared and admired. In a patriarchal society, her bold steps, some say ruthless, others strategic, ensured stability and prosperity. Her administrative genius brought peace to Kashmir, uniting it with Lohra. Dida's story, preserved in chronicles like the Rajatarangini, defies the narrative of passive queens, proving women could govern with unmatched strength even if history often overlooked her. In 6th century Scotland, Langareth, Queen of Strathclyde, wielded power during a time of upheaval as Christianity clashed with pagan traditions. Married to King Ridderch, she ruled from approximately 580 to 614 AD, navigating a kingdom torn by war and religious change. Her twin brother, Lailochen, possibly the inspiration for Merlin of Arthurian legend, fought to preserve the old way against encroaching Christian forces. Langaretha's story, preserved in texts like the Red Book of Her Jest and Glasgow folklore, paints her as a powerful figure caught in tragedy. During the Battle of Arderid in 573, her husband and son fought against her brother, leaving her torn between family and duty. Her daughter, Angharad, trained as a wisdom keeper, carried her legacy forward. Langaretha's influence, though obscured, shaped early medieval Britain and inspired modern novels like The Lost Queen. Shifting to ancient Egypt, Nefertiti, queen alongside Pharaoh Akhenaten in the 14th century BC, redefined power in a civilization of divine rulers. Known for her iconic bust, Nefertiti was more than a symbol of beauty. She co-ruled during the radical Amarna period, promoting the worship of Aten over traditional gods. Her influence in religious and political spheres was profound, with some evidence suggesting she may have ruled as pharaoh after Akhenaten's death. Nefertiti's diplomatic skill, seen in her correspondence with foreign courts, and her role in shaping Egyptian art and religion, left a legacy that endured despite attempts to erase her from history. Her story, rediscovered through archaeology, challenges the male-centric narrative of pharaohs, cementing her as a queen of unmatched influence. In medieval Europe, Berengaria of Navarre, queen consort to Richard the Lionheart from 1191, wielded subtle but significant power. Often overshadowed by her husband's crusading fame, Berengaria accompanied him on the Third Crusade, navigating the dangers of war and court politics. Her role as a patron of the arts and her diplomatic efforts in Richard's absence showcased her agency. Despite limited mentions in chronicles, her influence in England and Navarre, through patronage and alliances, helped stabilize Richard's reign. Berengaria's story, explored in works like Forgotten Queens in medieval and early modern Europe, reveals how queens could exert power behind the scenes, shaping history through quiet strength and resilience, even when history forgot their names. These queens faced intrigue that tested their resolve. Medb's cattle raids sparked wars with Ulster, her ambition clashing with rival kings like Cuchulainn, who challenged her authority. Dida's court was a viper's nest, where she outmaneuvered rebellious nobles and even her own kin to secure her throne, using both diplomacy and ruthlessness. Langareth navigated a fractured family, with her brother Lailoken's defiance of Christian warlords threatening her kingdom's stability. Nefertiti faced backlash from priests opposed to her religious reforms, risking her legacy in a male-dominated priesthood. Berengaria dealt with Richard's prolonged absences and the scheming English court, maintaining her influence despite isolation. Each queen's story is a tapestry of cunning, courage, and survival, proving their power in worlds designed to limit them. The legacies of these queens ripple through time. Medb's warrior queen archetype inspires modern Irish culture, from literature to festivals, embodying defiance against patriarchal constraints. Dida's rule in Kashmir set a precedent for strong female governance, her name preserved in Indian chronicles as a symbol of resilience. Langaretha's story, tied to Arthurian legend, rekindled interest in Scotland's early medieval history, inspiring novels and feminist reinterpretations. Nefertiti's rediscovery in the 20th century, through her iconic bust, reshaped views of female power in ancient Egypt, influencing art and popular culture. Berengaria's quiet patronage laid cultural foundations in medieval Europe, her contributions now recognized in modern scholarship. Together, these women challenged the erasure of female rulers, their legacies reclaimed through archaeology, literature, and a renewed focus on inclusive history. That's the captivating saga of the forgotten queens of history, women who wielded power, defied intrigue, and left legacies that endure. What do you think? Could these queens have changed history even more if remembered sooner? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and tell us what epic figures you want us to explore next on Record Rift. If this journey through hidden thrones gripped you, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell to join our quest through history. Until next time, keep uncovering the rifts that shape our past. This is Record Rift, signing off.